Chris Stapleton, Parachute, Kicks 105.5. A good day. It is Wednesday, and 10 till 8. It is our friend Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance. And oddly enough, you are a parachute for many because you are the person who helps them when that dire moment comes that they need insurance. And
I hope I help them. I don't know.
We are talking a lot about Florida and now Texas, of course, becoming the secondary issue, with Florida becoming a Hurricane 5, the strongest in history.
In the Atlantic.
In the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Well,
clarify, sir.
Clarify. So if I buy insurance today, and there's a hurricane here tomorrow, am I covered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are some companies who have different deductibles for wind. Not many, especially in our neck of the woods, not many.
Mm-hmm.
When you start getting more coastal, then you start to see more companies that are less willing to give you this fantastic deductible for wind loss. But
I'm more postal than coastal.
I figured that. Yeah. That's why I always stand behind between you and the exit. Between you and the exit, I can run. But so really, the way to think about it, and I get this call every time there's a hurricane that has some winds that came up here, like Irene.
I was just going to say, people get concerned. They start calling more to find out, are they covered?
Yes.
And the answer to that is
yes.
Yeah.
Most policies that would just fall under wind. There's nothing specific about a hurricane. A hurricane is wind. And then most
with
of the thing,
water. Now, if the water damage is a separate issue.
Separate issue.
Yeah. See, now,
because it doesn't say wind, water. It just says wind.
Do you come in and you say, okay, this is water, this is wind, this is water, this is wind? And some would say, well, it's all part of one main unit. You're breaking it down. Some would seem jilted, I think.
Not necessarily, because let's talk about, when you're saying water, give me more detail. Are you talking groundwater? Are you talking flooding water? Are you talking water coming in from the roof now being lifted off the house?
I think that in the instance that I'm thinking in my head is groundwater is going to come up because saturation of water through the ground.
Correct.
And then if you have an issue where wind breaks out some windows and you can't get boards on it fast enough with some plywood, that you're going to have damage, mold or whatever coming in that way too.
Okay.
So you've got water due to wind.
Let me give you the easiest answer in the world, and I hope that by giving you this answer, nobody would ever feel jilted if they heard me say this.
Okay.
If it is flood, it is not covered by any homeowner policy ever. Okay? Flood is flood is flood. It's not a named peril. It's not it's an exclusion on...
Because of a natural act of God, is this...
It's just the way it is. It's just it's flood. We don't cover floods. You have to buy flood from a flood insurance company, get a flood policy. So anything else, so we're talking wind, we're talking rain coming in because now you've got damage. Yeah. All of that is going to be considered part of the loss that you have.
So, and you don't do flood insurance at all.
Oh, we sell flood insurance.
You do sell flood insurance.
We sell the National Flood Insurance Program policies. We also use a couple of private insurance carriers because, as I mentioned briefly last week, the National Flood Insurance Program's over $20 billion in debt.
And they can still pay out to people because of the government backing them?
Let's hope. I mean, the debt ceiling needs to be lifted again.
So my next question would be...
It's all in Washington. How does that make you feel?
How fast am I going to get my money? These people down there are saying that their landlords are still demanding rent, which I would say stick a pickle in your ear. But as far as you were just saying, what if that was your home?
You walk away.
I would say walk away, but you're saying that's not a good idea because that's your credit, that's your mortgage, and you're not going to be able to come back to that again.
Yeah.
You'll be living in
the one thing they haven't
said, a double wide near the Mohegan Sun.
The one thing they keep not talking about, real quickly, and I'm diverting a little bit. So yes, we sell flood insurance. There are plenty of options. We'll leave it at that. But just a quick opinion, the one thing they're not talking about with Houston is nobody's working. Think about the amount of people that live paycheck to paycheck. And nobody's collecting a paycheck right now. That is just absolutely mind-numbingly scary. It's just a spider, Shawn.
That giant spider was just crawling down my arm. Gave me a stroke.
I know. I thought I was going to have to call somebody.
I'm okay with spiders, as long as it's not a moth.
You're afraid of moth to a flame.
Afraid of moths.
And one quick thing, last week I missed a very important detail, I think. I can't remember. But when talking about students going away to college, if your student's over 100 miles away from home, they can't have the vehicle with them. So they have to be over 100 miles away from home without a car to get that credit.
Oh, did you have somebody call and go?
No, it was like it hit me as I was leaving. I'm like, I should probably talk about that next week.
So if there's no money to pay the next month's premiums on my insurance, because, as you say, I was living paycheck to paycheck. Now my house is gone.
Could you imagine?
I'm neck deep in water. How is it that my insurance will treat me? Will they give me an allowance because of a natural disaster to allow me to continue to have insurance after that? Or will they say, you don't pay, we cut you off? Oh, that face tells it all to me. Go ahead. You got to say it.
I know.
It's not you. I'm not saying it's Barron Insurance. I'm not saying it's Mike. I'm saying this is insurance.
If you can't pay, you can't stay. I mean, that's the sad, unfortunate truth. So if you now cannot pay your insurance premium and now you have no house, you're not going to be able to find replacement coverage.
It seems that there's got to be something. You always say that insurance, the purpose of insurance is to get your life back to normal.
Yes.
So if I've been paying all along.
And confuse the heck out of you along the way.
Well, it seems like you would be, you know what, we as an insurance agency across the nation, that you would have some kind of law, either with your own companies or from the government telling it to you, that you would say, well, if this kind of thing occurs, then we'll let you go for a month.
Well, I'm sure there's a level of grace period. I mean, companies are not, as much as people would disagree.
You're flooded, you're screwed, bye-bye.
As much as people may disagree with my statement here, companies are not necessarily heartless.
Right.
So there, a lot of our companies would give you some level of extension.
Well, and they still want you to come back after your life gets back to normal.
They would hope.
But it always seems to me that you're that person that helps me get back to normal. This is the time I need it most, and the insurance company says, you don't pay. Yeah. Good luck on that raft.
It's so unfortunate. I've had people who've had losses that now they've missed a payment, so now the policy's gone into cancellation, and the company's like, yeah, we don't want to reinstate that because they just had a big loss. They're going to have another loss, and it's a pickle. It's a pickle, and it's what gives insurance a bad name, and it's tough. It's tough. But just remember one thing with Houston and with what's coming with Irma. Let's hope it doesn't happen in the States. But, God, it's going to happen in Puerto Rico. It's going to happen everywhere else. But remember, flood is flood is flood. If you don't have flood insurance, you don't have coverage. All right? I could get into specific detail if we had about 20 more minutes about how some policies do have it.
Well, that's our time. Thanks so much, Mike, for stopping
down. I'm
down.
not going to do that.
Barron Insurance
remember,
Agency every Wednesday here in the studio at Kicks 105.5.
I'll just talk in the background here.
You can contact Mike by calling up.
What's the number? 748-5224. Visit our website, thebarrettagency.com, or on Google+, YouTube, and Facebook as Barrett Insurance Agency.
Like to have another conversation about this later, or are we just dumping this for another topic next week?
We will extend this.
All right.